We are here.
Hey.
What's going
Drum
on?
roll, please. We are here, man. My friends and me.
Another episode. We are finally back.
No. Well, it is another episode
That's
because
true.
we started at the top of the pandemic.
of
But
course,
yo,
of
shout out to
course.
everybody for joining us. It's been real, man. How this all came together, man. Looking at Three Stooges.
Not really, man. I kind of feel, but definitely far from Stooges, man. We lasted this long. You know what I mean?
Ain't that smart.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
some smart shit.
Bringing them another fresh episode of something great. I feel like, the
Yeah.
conversations we have up here and everything, man. I think it was only right. We went through a lot even from our last episode. So now we're bringing them something fresh,
Yeah.
We got the production extraordinaire.
Hey.
We got Quay.
Hold on. I got to give a
We got some
round.
claps. Word up.
Yeah, man, because, it's amazing, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's only going to get better from here. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
As y'all walk with us, you're going to see the progress and you're going to see the growth. Not only with us, but you're also going to see the growth within the sets. And then,
Absolutely.
hopefully, you grow with us. As we continue to better ourselves by giving you guys ourselves, and
Being vulnerable,
Absolutely.
being truthful,
absolutely.
As
being
you know,
honest.
on this show, that's, pretty much what you get. You get the real,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? And that's from every aspect and every topic that we bring up. So we don't really hold nothing back here.
Yeah.
Nah,
I'm gonna tell you this right now from a little production standpoint. You might want to move this a little over.
oh yeah, because you
Yeah,
keep talking
'cause,
out of the mic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if you want to talk there, just put a little up. You know what I'm saying? So
All right.
It's just a
Yeah,
sweet
yeah,
spot.
for sure.
You just
You
got, you already know
I
about
got-
that
you
sweet
just
spot.
gotta find your spot.
That's why, it's my first day. I ain't
You
used
got,
to
you got,
such
you got to
professionalism
Nah,
and so
it's-
much.
it's-
You got to look. You got to bend that. You got to bend that joint when you
Yeah,
want
man.
to spin
You know,
with it.
Yeah,
So,
there you
yeah,
go.
you know,
Comfortable.
that's
Yeah,
nice,
there
man.
you go.
That's good right there.
Well,
But
B,
yo, man.
that
But yeah,
works.
man, we're here. So like I think we started speaking about this podcast is really just to bring friends together. When you come to My Friends and Me, or you listen, whether you listen in, whether you're watching us, YouTube, Twitch, wherever you're watching us at, you're going to see different people on different episodes. It might not be
Absolutely.
me here all the time. It might not be JR. It might not be Quay here all the time. You're going to see different people, or it might be us here with different people.
Absolutely.
The goal of this is to have genuine, honest conversations with your friends
pretty
Absolutely.
much, man.
about real stuff.
Yeah, and not
Absolutely.
just, just being completely honest, man. I think at this point, it's like, we're in a time in our life where we don't really need to hold anything back anymore.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I think that's probably, one of the biggest parts of healing, I guess. We'll get into that, but it's just kind of like, being real with yourself and just
Mhm.
letting everything else, you're able to get to that,
Yeah.
level.
Yeah.
And like as much as it might be hard for you to just be okay and open up, the only way you're gonna heal is if you let it out.
No,
So
for sure.
I'm definitely here to grow. You know what I'm saying?
You know what's crazy with me? I was like, I'm super Libra. I had to get hurt to even begin to even understand I need to heal through something. I had to just go through the fire. I had so many signs I just ignored. But I'm glad I'm on the journey. You know what I mean? Because it's a lifelong journey. It doesn't
Absolutely.
stop. It's not like you sit here, have conversations with people, you do work with yourself, and you're just healed. And then tomorrow you're just this great person that's just all healed up. Like, nah, bro, everything's gonna keep revisiting.
Mhm.
But I think most importantly, what we have identified, right, is that we can't make no more excuses.
Absolutely.
We
And
can't, we can't be fearful. We can't
Mhm.
doubt ourselves. Like the system is rigged against us. Life is rigged against us. The only thing that works in our favor is literally God giving us another chance every day to serve. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely. All right. So that leads me to, the first question. Why do you think, people make excuses, when it comes to getting up and doing things, or changing themselves, or becoming, more than what they are in life, like getting out of the environments that they are and saying, you know what, I want to make a difference. I want to change. Why do you think there's so many excuses, that people have or make to keep them from doing what they're supposed to?
for me, fear.
Okay.
Like, I think that I think a lot of things play into it, honestly, but fear. I know for me, I was scared. There's a lot of time I was making excuses or just trying to, I guess, pass it on to someone.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Just I don't want to be responsible. Lack of responsibility, right? I guess that is it. But yeah, I think fear like drives a lot of things, honestly. I don't know about you, JR, but yeah.
Personally, I feel like, and I'll go by just through myself, like what I mean. I think a lot of it comes from definitely fear. Yeah, make sure they see that can. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know the vibes, man.
Yeah, you know the vibes. We don't play, man. It's still DOE till death, man. Yeah, I saw. But it's still DOE till death. We don't play.
I still, I still think that a lot of it too is, from a generational standpoint.
Okay.
And what we've seen, and a lot of our family members who are before us, ancestors, and what was their drive, were they stagnant? Were a lot of things that, we try to do. And I would say as a generation, our generation, I would say we're unique because we're trying to put a stop to a lot of those things.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We really are, though.
We are. And that's why I tell people, like, no matter what, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all of our accomplishments or all of our goals, I would say, that we're trying to, or the path that we're trying to manifest to, and like, they're all different. You know what I mean? I've, recently bought a house, and I feel like,
congratulations, man.
Thank you. I
It's
appreciate that, man. And that right there was, yeah, I appreciate it, man. But now for real, because we're gonna shoot a couple shows there too. But I definitely feel like that for me was like a goal, that I wanted from my family. My whole life, I've had friends who've had houses. You know what I mean? I've lived in the hood my whole life. I lived on top of restaurants, apartment buildings.
Facts.
It was never nothing special.
Couches.
You know what I mean? And I still loved it, but I wanted to give something different to my kids. There's a point that you reach that you're saying, okay, the system's definitely fucking us over. You know what I mean? And I'll be honest with you, it's no secret. I never finished high school. You know what I'm saying? I had so many blessings in my life, things that worked in my favor, that it's like I'm doing all this still saying fuck the system.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Okay, so
that's real.
I could understand what you're saying. See me, you know what I'm saying? I feel like the reason why excuses exist is because it's like it's a trained thought. It's it's something that
that's definitely for sure.
It's something that I see from like growing up, seeing my mother, in certain situations, or seeing family members in certain situations, or even people I looked up to, people I was outside with, OGs that I thought was OGs. You get what I'm saying? Telling me, oh, this is why we can't do this, is because the system is holding me back. Oh, I got this on my record. I got that. I can't do this. I can't be better than this. Or I can't go pursue this. Saying all of these things. So in my head, when I made those mistakes, I'm thinking to myself like, damn, the system is against me as well. But not realizing that it doesn't matter what you got on your record. You get what I'm saying? If it didn't put you in jail for the rest of your life, you have an opportunity.
Always.
You have a chance.
Always.
So all these excuses that we could randomly, it's so many different excuses like, oh, I'm not feeling good today. When in all reality, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know what I'm saying? Or I'm stressed out. Or, instead of taking the energy, that negative energy, and turning around and pushing yourself, we drown in it. You know what I'm saying? And then we just stay with all of these excuses and never move forward.
And see, and that's why I said why our generation was so unique, because I feel like right now, okay, for 2020, I feel like we were put in a position whether you're going to rise from this or you're going to like pretty much, drown,
Facts.
as you said.
Facts.
Yeah.
And what are you doing now, right? So like, are you going to continue making excuses? You're going to continue being fearful? Like, we almost seen everything they could throw at us. We haven't, we're not out of the woods yet. Like, this is not over. Truth be told, it's just begun.
Honestly.
Absolutely.
So, depending on what you, I guess what you subscribe to, like, you have to understand that there's a universe outside of this realm we're in, and like all that plays into effect, and history repeats itself, right? So like, we're on a time, I look at it like we're on a timetable. I always move with a sense of urgency. Y'all know everything I do is like with a sense of urgency, because I just, and some people say it's like a bad thing, but I also feel like you could go at any moment.
That's
you
true.
got to move hard. Like this year I had to lock in so much. I had to look at myself so much. I had to understand, like, I'm being scared. I'm scared to make a lot of moves because I'm fearful. Like I'm scared I'm gonna fail, or how could I say this? I not believing in myself 100%. This year, I ain't had no choice but to believe in myself. Well, 2020, I had no choice. So this year, you know, really me finding myself and understanding and making the steps to stop making excuses and to stop, you know, just feeding into certain things, like a whole new walk of life has been coming together. For sure. Yeah, the negative entities, definitely. And it's just been coming full circle. So like, even like this moment now, having the podcast back here in this realm and knowing the plan that we have to scale this thing is like, come on, bro.
Absolutely.
Undeniable. Undeniable. Like Trump, undeniable.
I mean, it's so good.
So good.
Oh, that was a great impression.
This right here, it's going to be huge. I can tell you now, this podcast is going to be huge.
It's going to be huge.
Yeah,
no,
so
definitely.
I feel like your biggest excuse, excuse me, is you in your head.
Oh, it's
and the more you think and the more you overthink, when you say you want to do something and then you start thinking about all the things that can possibly go wrong with it, you're not doing anything to even make those mistakes. So why even think about those mistakes? Why not get up and go do something instead of saying, all of the possibilities that could keep me failing?
I could put it in perspective like this, okay? How many times have you said you were going to do something, but you went back and did it?
Like that you weren't going to do it and you went back and did it?
I'm gonna stop smoking. All right,
I like where you're going with this.
I'm going to stop smoking.
Yeah.
3 months was some good 3 months. That was a good run. You know what I'm saying? But then what happens? You know what I'm saying? So in a way, that's how our mind is set up. I kind of feel like, because you gotta understand. Yeah, this is full circle right here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Exactly how you said.
Absolutely.
But in your mind, that's full circle.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So everything is like, okay, well, you know, you get to a point where, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if it's pretty much like, oh, okay, well, I've done it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you start thinking to yourself like, oh, well, you know, I've done this and I've done on it, I've done off it. You know, it wasn't really that bad. It wasn't really. I didn't see much of a difference. You start making excuses in your own head. You know what I'm saying? And there goes those negative, you know what I'm saying, entities ready to play that position to be like, got him right where I want him. Like,
absolutely.
Bro, there's been times like, you know, I've stopped drinking for Lord knows how long. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden I'm just like, yeah, you know, I have a glass of wine. A glass of wine ain't nothing. But then again, it's still, you know, it's still me going back to, you know, but
here's the thing though. It's not that, you know, it's not bad that, you know, you went back. You get what I'm saying? But it's also understanding like, all right, my limit. You get what I'm saying? So
for sure.
If it's something that, all right, like drinking, for instance, it's like, all right, I don't want to drink anymore. This is not what I want to do. You get what I'm saying? But then you go back and then you realize like, all right, the reason why I didn't want to do it, like for instance, you know, I stopped smoking. You know, that was a resolution for me for this new year. And I told myself that, you know, when I smoke, I become lazy. I don't want to do nothing. You get what I'm saying? And that's just for me. That's for me personally. No, but that's, listen. Listen, that's just me personally, because I always found myself, you know, I need to get this, because there's so many things that, you know, went on in my life that it made me feel like I needed, you know, to do this to keep me.
It's like you need an escape.
Yeah, so I realized that instead of applying all of the things that I feel is, you know, weighing me down, instead of using that to fuel me and everything that I'm doing, I'm just suppressing it and becoming lazy, not doing the things that I know I can do. So this year I told myself, you know what? I want to do more. And the only way I'm going to do more is if I give up something that when I'm at home or when I'm to myself with free time don't exist for me no more. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm in a position where I got 3 kids. You get what I'm saying? And I spend my time with my kids. I'm with my kids. You get what I'm saying? And I got custody of my older daughter. So, and then I got 2 younger ones that me and their mom actually split 50-50 on, no court, no nothing. We agreed upon that. You get what I'm saying? So I look at it as there's no more laziness. There's no more, she's a good woman too. There's no more laziness. There's no more excuses. There's no more anything that's going to stop me from keep moving forward. You get what I'm saying?
I definitely agree. And I get, you know, like, the limit. Like, you know what I'm saying? My only issue is just like, all right, let's say, okay, not alcohol no more.
Okay.
Like, let's say like meat, for instance. I'm just the type of person now is that if I know it's going to do any kind of harm, whether it's minimum, maximum, it doesn't matter. It's the fact that I still went against myself putting it in my body.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's kind of like, you know, a guilty conscience within myself, even if I do something like, you know what I'm saying, that isn't the,
when you
even if it's minor.
All right, so like even to bring it back full circle, like when you make those decisions to stop smoking or stop eating meat, like you're essentially deciding not to be fearful. Like you're not, like you're deciding to live outside the comfort of what you normally are.
Absolutely.
You're deciding to stop making excuses.
Yes.
Like that's literally what all of that is.
Absolutely.
Like, you know what I mean? Every time you make a leap like that, like, you know, you got to make grave sacrifice to get what you really want. Like,
Absolutely. And that leads into break the cycle.
Yeah, and ain't nothing gonna come easy to us, bro. Ain't nothing in this.
But it's a
game.
beautiful thing when you see the results. Like I got 3 kids as well. 2 of them, they would never even look at the food that I make.
Yeah.
Then I have a son who would eat everything that I eat.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So there goes the generational, you know, breaking the cycle. Now I got a son who honestly, like, he would eat meat, but his preference isn't meat.
Oh, yeah. That's good.
You know what I mean?
My niece is like that too. Chase's daughter like that. She's like, she won't, she just eat mad fruit. Like mad fruit.
That's good.
And shout out to them, My Tree Life, man. Follow them on YouTube.
That's where my
fire.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope.
Yeah,
say that again. Say that again.
My Tree Life, MACHRYLIFE.
Okay.
I almost lost it real quick.
Okay.
My Tree Life, but what it is my niece, nephew, my 2 nieces and my nephew, they wanted to make a YouTube, and so that's what they doing. So follow them on YouTube, bro. They funny. They funny too, boy.
That's dope.
You know, on TikTok, they funny, boy. They got some funny stuff. So yeah.
Oh, that's definitely dope.
And that's part of like even like that breaking the cycle, right? Like I had a conversation because you know my brother kind of was, he's just like whatever. So I had a conversation with his wife, and she was just like, you know, like I'm at the place where I'm ready to do it, and that takes a lot because like to put it out there, and you know, like Elias has a page, and he you know what I mean, he like is out there doing the boxing, so people could go up there and comment. Like
that's a fact. Shout out my son, man, the Future 203 on Instagram, man. Make sure y'all go tap in, man.
He's a beast.
Yeah, he's growing, man. He's growing fast, but you know, I'm grateful, man.
He's gonna.
Shout out Warriors Boxing Gym, man.
Yeah.
Waterbury, Connecticut, East Main Street. I don't know the exact address, but you know, there's only one, so you can tap in there as well.
Facts. But like, and that's all like, and for me, both of you guys have children. I don't have children, so like, in a sense, breaking the cycle looks different for me. Right? Because
I like that.
Because breaking the cycle, I guess in a sense for you guys, it's like more dedicated, to family, but more dedicated to your children. Right? So me not
and no.
Yeah, it's
I'm gonna let you
50-50.
finish. I'm gonna let you finish.
Yeah. No, so it's like I said, you still got the whole family dynamic. You got your wife, like you still for that. I mean, you're still for the family. Like that's what it's like. Me,
I mean, I don't have a wife, but shout out to you.
Not yet, man, but we're working on it.
No, we're going to get to you about wife. I'm glad you said that because I got something for you.
Right,
but yeah, man, like I lost my train of thought with it, but where I was going with it. But nah, it's all good, bro. Yeah. Like I lost my train of thought with it. I can't say it.
You was pretty much saying, you know, for you it's different because we got kids.
Oh yeah,
you know what
I know, Ross. Now I know. Yeah, so for me, like what my focus, right, is like literally building business, building myself, right? And I didn't have that. Like, so for breaking the cycle for me is like being super dedicated and focused on building myself and what I see and the brands I see up so that I could just create pathways for the family. Okay. Like a lot of time I was like trying to do it with the family. Like I'm not essentially doing it with the family. Like you got people I work with are family. I consider them family, but I mean, I'm talking blood. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And it's just different. So breaking the cycle for me is just like, it's different. Like it feels different. Like, you know, when you guys talk, it's like, yo, you got to make sure your kids is good. You got stuff in here for them to fall in line. I don't even know if I'm going to have kids. I don't even know if I'm going to be married. I can't. All I could do is continue.
Still early, man.
Yeah, it is.
I mean, all you got to do is speak into existence.
You know, listen.
Still
I'm on
early,
manifest it.
Yo, listen, you just need a night out, some Spanish music, some bachata,
and some what's the name of the joint I was thinking about? damn, what's this shit? Nori be drinking on Drink Champs. The ginseng. The drink, the Tiger Balm.
Oh, yeah, that's yeah.
But yeah, nah, for real, man.
That's good for you, but it's nasty.
But no, it's so crazy when we just speak about breaking the cycle. Like I said, for me, it just feels different. You feel me? That's all it is. The shit just feels different. It feels like I have, I guess just different responsibilities in a sense.
Okay.
A lot of inner peace.
Yeah.
Trying to find your way to that place of nirvana. Like that's the ultimate goal. Like,
that's where I'm at.
You know what I'm saying? Like trying to just continue to, just let go, man. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like we hold on to so many, our whole life. We held ourselves to try to be this person and try to, hold ourselves to this standard because no matter what, you can say you never cared what anybody else thought. You cared what they thought.
100%.
You know what I mean? You wouldn't go spending your money buying these clothes. You wouldn't try to show up to certain places trying to make the biggest appearance. You wouldn't do all these things. I mean, look at social media. What is it?
It's all programming. I mean? That's all it is.
So in a sense, it's just like, it's letting go of what other people think. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think one of the best things, especially us coming from the neighborhoods we came up from, like, or hanging with the people that we hung up, we don't care to look like a gangster, or we don't care to look like the hardest person on the block no more. We don't care to have the most money. You know what I'm saying? Like, only money I care about is the money I'm paying my bills with. No, you know what I'm saying? Like, and as long as the bills is getting paid, then, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm comfortable. I'm happy. I'm not saying that I'm trying to stay stagnant and not do anything.
Is that breaking the cycle for you? Like,
of course not. Breaking the cycle for me.
What does that mean for you?
Breaking the cycle for me. Okay.
What happened to our logo, Quay?
So you asking me these kind of questions, I can't even see what's going on above me. You know what I'm saying?
I think the TV just shut off. It's all good though.
Yeah,
we in the trap. Wait until y'all see the glow up though. This is why we decided to do it in the trap.
Listen, we got to start off, man.
We had to show people like
this is where we came from.
You got to get it from the mud. You got to get it from the mud.
Next time, if that Vizio was on the wall, that that would have been better because from the very actual first episode, it did a great job.
Magician man.
But I'm gonna get into this. I'm gonna get back into this real quick. But
go right ahead.
Breaking the cycle for me, I think ultimately it means kind of just like a fresh start for whoever's coming after me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I mean that financially, mentally, physically. I think if I kind of like, I think if I kind of outbeat whoever was before me, it's still not enough. I got to outbeat myself.
Yes.
So when I think that I'm at the point where
you're your only competition, man.
And I think when I'm at the point where I think like I'm doing good, it's like, nah, like I got to do great. And there's certain things that me, even at the age I'm at right now, it's like, I'm going to push harder now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we're like, and and a lot of what I'm like, and and there's a lot of things, and it's so crazy because it does come full circle, like, you know what I'm saying? But just be, just kind of gaining knowledge from a physical standpoint, then kind of like, trying to make sure everything that happens internally, like, and knowing that side of that kind of business, and then like not trying to just make profit because you want to make money, but kind of just being able to make profit off of something that you're able to provide for people.
Absolutely.
So there goes that knowledge again that you're giving them. And it's like, okay, I'm breaking cycles.
Breaking the cycle.
In a whole different, you know what I mean? Like, so now it's not even within my family anymore. It's like kind of just like.
For society.
You know what I mean? I got one person that hits me up every day. And I got to say, shout out my boy Timmy. Like, you know what I'm saying, man? And dude, he hits me up every day. Dude, I could probably show you just the message that I get from this guy. Like, nothing but positive energy, different words, wise words, loving words, caring words, very genuine words, like, you know what I'm saying? And that's the difference. Like, same with me and Tyler, like, you know what I'm saying? And I gotta call him Tyler just for a moment, like, you know what I'm saying? My nigga T.Y.
I mean, that's how y'all go that far back, you know what I mean?
But just because, you know why? It's just like, we really have a connection, talking about things that I can't have conversation with other people about because they not on that level yet. Mentally, they're not on that level yet. You know what I'm saying? So when I probably would say I got a good 4 people on my roster right now from what I grew up with, a group of maybe 20 of us. You know what I'm saying? I love them all to death, the same, like, you know what I'm saying? But it's the mental, level that you're at and the conversations that make you grow. And, you know, you got to keep yourself around these people who are trying to see you uplift yourself. They want you to uplift yourself.
You're breaking the cycle already.
He broke
You're
a cycle for
already.
me. This 2020 that just went by. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when he was doing, you know, for the protest and everything that happened, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not even just about, you know, like, you know, the color of your skin now. It's about, are you willing to die for your brother? You know,
Absolutely.
are you willing to step up
Absolutely.
there? You know, because I mean, and you know, we're in Waterbury, and that's not the extent, but he steps up there. Are you willing to step up there with him? Because guess what? If his face is that face they don't like, then that means you're next to him. So they don't like your face either.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And what I could say is, you're absolutely right. You know, those are all key points. And for me, you know, the way I'm breaking cycles is I never had my father there. So I'm in my kid's life. I have custody of my oldest, you know, and, you know, I'm full blown active with my two youngest as well. So it's like, you know, that's a cycle I broke, you know, never having a father, but being a father. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And then not just that, but I also broke, you know, no one in my family really is doing business moves. You get what I'm saying? And, you know, I told myself, you know, a couple years ago, you know, me and my other two brothers, Everything 100 podcast, you can check that out.
That.
You know,
Yes,
on
sir.
YouTube.
Yes, sir. Make sure I tap in.
You know, Everything 100 ENT on Facebook. Instagram, all of that. You know, you could check us out. We on different streaming platforms: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Breaker. Just so many different things. just so many different places and stuff like that. But we talked about it a couple years ago, and you know, I took it upon myself to say, you know what, I'm tired of talking about something. You know, I'm actually gonna do it, and I ended up, you know, purchasing equipment. Saying, you know what, I can't sit there and wait on nobody. You get what I'm saying? And that was my whole thing. You know, my whole entire life, I've been waiting on people. You get what I'm saying? Waiting on, you know, the changes for them to bring to me as a kid. So when I hit a certain age, you know, my last mistake was when I was 19. I'm going to tell you this right now. I was in the streets, active in the streets from 12 to the age of 18. I tried to change my life. Found myself back in the streets at 19, went to jail, missed 5 to 6 months out of my oldest daughter's life. And I told myself I'd never go back again. I changed that cycle because my family comes from a bunch of people constantly in and out the system. You get what I'm saying?
Man,
so being...
go ahead.
Now, being able to identify those things and saying, you know what, this is not who I am. I'm showing my daughter the same thing my father showed me. And if I'm not present in her life, she won't know what it's like to have a father to be able to say, you know what, if I had my father there, I probably would have grew up different. Being able to be active in her life and then having you know, one thing I could say is even though, you know, her mother may struggle, I don't hold it against her mother. You get what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, that's her mother, and I know what
that takes a real man right there.
And at the end of the day, she
and
struggled.
Also and I'm sorry not to cut you off, but also like for you not throwing that at her either.
Yeah. Like you get what I'm saying? And as much as she may, you know, attack me or come at me sometimes, you know, I don't, you know what I mean? I don't argue with her. I don't go back and forth because at the end of the day, my daughter needs her mother. You get what I'm saying? And it doesn't matter how, you know, much.
You only have one.
Absolutely. So I'm trying to be the person that, all right, I'm okay with both parents. You get what I'm saying? Being in the child's life. It's no salt being thrown, no nothing, because I don't want my daughter to grow up and feel like, oh, that person's not doing their job, so I'm going to make it look bad. You get what I'm saying? There's no need for that. So you break that cycle. And then, you know, teaching my daughter that it's not okay to talk bad on someone, especially your partner or your kid's other parent. It's no need to talk bad on them to make them look bad because all it does is hurt your kid at the end of the day. So that's me showing her that. So breaking that cycle, you know, breaking the laziness cycle in my family, saying, you know what, we grew up poor. I tell you right now, I live in multiple shelters. You get what I'm saying? I slept on a park bench. You get what I'm saying? I had to go into stores and that I got kicked out of from stealing from before, had to crawl in the stores just to steal tuna fish and bread so I could feed my little brothers and sisters, taking a responsibility on that I shouldn't have had to take. You get what I'm saying? Seeing all of these things, I'm breaking the cycle from where I grew up so I could show my kids that you don't have to worry about nothing. Be a kid. Because you don't need to be listening. You don't have to listen to the music I listen to. You're a child. Stay in the child's place. Enjoy your innocence. Because once you hit my age, you're gonna appreciate every single thing that I did as a parent. Because if you look back, I look back at a lot of things, and you know, I put a lot of blame on my mother, because I can't really blame a person that was never there. My father was never there, so I can't blame him. The only thing I can say is he should have been the man to step up.
Yeah.
Outside of that, there's no more words that need to be spent on him. You get what I'm saying?
So, but you can't put it all on your mom and not put none on him.
And I'm gonna tell you the reason why I say, I put it on my mom, because I spoke on this before. When you have, 3 kids already, and it's already hard, you housing and stuff like that, then you have another kid. All right, cool.
Yeah, I got you.
You get what I'm saying? And then you end up with a dude and have more kids. Now it takes you out of a position where you were struggling, but you were getting by you can't even get by. You get what I'm saying? So not being aware of what you're creating for yourself. That's why you have to make a plan. That's why you write your plan down and you visibly see it every day. I put my bills on my refrigerator, so I see it every day. You get what I'm saying? Every day I open that refrigerator. I gotta
that was
pay
something
this.
I started working on too, buying a house. Like,
your bills on the fridge?
Because we got one of those boards that you can write with marker and stuff like that.
Yeah, see, that's good. That's good, because now when you visibly see it, it's going to be there. Out of sight. If it's out of sight, out of mind. You're not even going to be paying attention.
You guys got like that, like you said, you got the one on the fridge. You was putting it on your fridge. I literally got this big ass dry erase board.
Wait, don't you got like 5?
I don't want to lose what you were saying though, because like what you were saying though, like I wanted to touch on that real quick, because I was like in not the same exact situation, but at the same time too, though, like my dad, he left, you know what I'm saying? He cheated on my mom and he left us when I was 12, you know what I'm saying? And that was at my breakout point. Yeah. I would say that's when I really lost control. Like, you know what I'm saying? Started smoking, that's when we was in the streets, like really, lost. You know what I'm saying? And at that time, I think for those moments, you know what I'm saying? I only blamed my mom because my dad wasn't around. But now, you know what I'm saying? Like I thank her for all those times that she was, and like I said, I never cared whether it was her, struggling or her making the wrong decisions, because she had no teacher before her. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like my mom came here from Panama. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
First generation.
And it was kind of just like, you know what I'm saying? Everything that she learned over there pretty much didn't, like, you know what I'm saying? It wouldn't work here because of the lifestyle that she was put into with my father. You know what I'm saying? It was very busy, very fast. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot of us, I have a lot of siblings, obviously, and yes, you know what I mean? So I try to I definitely get what you're saying. And, I'm at those times I was exactly the same, but I make sure, like I tell my mom now, like, everything, like, I don't care what you do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've dealt with my mom and her drug addiction, bro, my whole life. Yeah. After that, after that time where my dad left, you know what I mean? And, I make sure I let her know, like, you know what I mean? I don't care. Like, I love you. You're still a queen. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, she broke down tears. Recently, for the first time, she came to my house. I invited my family over for Christmas, and she walked in and, she was just taking it all in. She had breakfast, everything. She was just washing the dishes, and she was just like, like, I'm so proud of you. You have a beautiful house. Like, dope, and when I hear that was the cycle that was broke.
Yes. Facts. Yes. I mean, I can understand that type of situation, because a cycle that I broke, with my mom, is actually going to my mom and letting her know my pain, letting her know what bothered me, letting her know what upset me, and and then her being able to look me in my face and saying, you know what, son, I apologize because I could have did better. I'm not even gonna lie, like it brought chills to my body, and I cried because to hear that from my mother, a woman that I felt like was the strongest person. You get what I'm saying? And to see the things that she went through, I felt like she did her best. But to know that she felt in her mind that she already felt like she failed us made me think like, damn, like I can't keep holding her, in this position in this way, because at the end of the day, she really tried her best. She was married to a man that she took care of as a kid.
And you freed her from that. You know what I mean? That was hanging over her shoulders. Yes. You freed her from that.
Yes.
You know what I mean, bro? Like we all have that, and we just don't know it till it happens. Yep. There's something with all of us, like, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to these kind of things that are happening in front of us, that we're really freeing people You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
From these kind of things that are weighed over them. You know what I'm saying?
And
like,
it's so crazy because I was trying to get to that place with my mom. Like, both of you guys are able to have that. Like, anytime I try and talk to my mom, she doesn't want to talk. You know what I mean? So, like, I have a different dynamic of just having to, like, get past it. You get what I'm saying? Like, having to find my peace in other ways. Like, and it's really because of the way it is, the situation, the way it rolled out. It was like, it was always good. Like, my childhood was straight. Like, yeah, I mean, granted, I was in the OPs, all of it. Well, I went from Wood Street to the OPs, but it was good. Like, we didn't really struggle like that. But what hit the wild turn for me is when I got kicked out. Like, when she put me out the house when I was 15, before I even graduated high school, and like literally with nowhere to go, and wasn't able to go back. Like, that's on hard. One night, like even the first night, I was like, soon as I got put out, I'm like, where do I go? Like, literally, I walked up the street. My cousin was the first person I seen. And he was just like, he didn't even say nothing to me. He was just like, all right. And I was
and
like.
And it's so crazy because, like, in those moments, you think, like, you know, how many movies you've seen or how many, like, TV shows you've seen. And you would think, like, oh, okay, like, damn, this happened to him. And you're like, okay, you say that because you never really think that it's going to happen to you. Like, you never necessarily have that feeling. Like, you know what I'm saying? Until it happens to you. You know, it's crazy because, like, you spoke about sleeping on park benches. You talked about being kicked out at 15. You know, I also, myself, like, you know what I'm saying, like, me and my sister was out, you know, living in old, like, so every time they would move, we would live in their old houses until they came and started working on them again and selling them.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? Like,
they had
so
a wild
many
plan. That was like organized.
You know what I'm saying?
I
slept in
shelter. You
slept in hallways, like, you know what I mean, bro? And
that's people don't.
And it's crazy because I touched bases with my girl on that last night. We were actually talking about it, and I was just saying, like, you know, like my grandmother and all of them, like, you know what I'm saying, I see how they look at me now, and they love me so much. But you know what I mean? When I was down and out, nowhere to go, you shut the door in my face. And I still don't hold no grudge for that. I still come to your face, let you know I love you, because guess what? I'm bigger than that. You know what I mean?
And that's you inside. Like, you can't walk around with all that negative energy on you. Like, you know what I mean? A lot of people think you could just absorb those things and you're just titanium. It could bounce off you. You could situationally pick and choose where you want to let negativity affect you. Like, you know, you could, I guess, in a sense, but like, you just have to be mindful. Like, that joint negativity is all around. You just gotta put.
And that was my downfall for years, man. Just holding on to
negativity?
Anger. You know what I mean? And that's all negative energy. Because at the end of the day, it's like, you know, like I told you before, you know, especially having these phone conversations that we had, like, you know, DCF got involved with us, you know, and we moved state to state. You get what I'm saying? North Carolina, Virginia, New Jersey, Connecticut, you know, South Carolina, shelters, all of that type of stuff. So we running. And then, you know, I told you by the age of, you know, when I was 16, DCF came in because my mom ended up getting sick. You get what I'm saying? And, you know, everything just hit her. So my brothers and sisters ended up in DCF system. And I had nowhere to go, you know, and at the time I was in school. So, you know, I want to shout out, you know, my boy Eddie. You know, his mom and his pops, like, let me sleep on the couch. At least that was somewhere to sleep. You get what I'm saying? Because I didn't even know what I was going to do.
We always have one of those, right?
Yo, shout out. I was just about to say that because I think about even me and this guy. Like, we, like, you know, there is many different couches. Like, you think on Cook Street, bro.
Yeah,
like, neither one of us lived there. We was like there, like, because we ain't really have nowhere else to go. Like, yo, bro,
nowhere to go.
Listen, like, you know, we've been down to the bottom, bro. Like, you know, and it's easy to kind of like get back there because, like, I ain't gonna front, 2020 kind of like had me a little nervous.
Well, one thing I could say all of us have in common, the one thing that I could say 100%, well, you know, we talked about a lot, which I could agree on. The cycle that we broke the most was the survival cycle.
Ooh.
If you really think about it, we all had to survive some type of way.
I'm still surviving. I ain't, because I'm not where.
Are you surviving or are you maintaining?
Like,
because
I'm surviving.
So, I would say I was. I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, like, you know, I'm surviving, bro, because I try not to be hard on myself, but I'm also critical and mindful of, like, and I take responsibility. Like, there's a whole different level that I should be at, but I can't question it because, you know, God's timing, right? But I just know like the lack of action, the lack of opportunities I was missing because of like we said earlier, fear, making excuses. Like, bro, for the longest time, I would get an email that was the email I wanted and I just wouldn't respond to it. Like I would contact someone, hey, yo, I'm trying to do this event. I want to get this artist. They're like, yeah, you could do it this day. And I'd just be like, I don't think I want to do it. I missed it, bro. I missed booking Drake for $5,000. We missed booking J. Cole for $5,000. We missed fucking booking Kendrick for $7,500. Like, we missed all these people, and within like 2 weeks of them like missing that opportunity, because me just saying like, nah, we don't want to do it. I ain't risking it. Kevin Gates, same thing. And we missed those opportunities with those artists, and like, well, we would have did those shows, it would have been crazy. But then I decided to like convince these guys to take a risk on some other dumb stuff. So,
I mean, it was always a risk.
We getting it though. We breaking the cycle, man. We working hard. But yo, I wanted to like, unless you had something, I know you wanted to go somewhere. Did you want to go somewhere?
No. I think no. I mean,
this is what happens when you just get friends, right? Because we just chilling.
That's it.
It's like man, and that's what was the freaking goal of this whole entire thing. It's literally like, yo, just come, vibe, talk, talk real stuff. You want to sit back and talk like me? You probably heard me. I wasn't really talking that much. They talk, then I come in, like and it's literally just genuine, just like we just really chilling and feeling. And regardless of who comes on the platform, my friends and me, we want to make sure people come with that energy. And we want to make sure people kind of like know each other in a sense, because we want to keep that camaraderie of like extending the hand and I guess being willing to talk to people, right?
Yep.
Like, not off topic real quick, but like the Clubhouse app, how it changes the way people want to communicate.
Yeah, you got to send me that link, because I'm really like, after you just show me that, I just got to like, T.Y. told me about the Clubhouse. I'm just like,
because he sent me,
I'm like, the feds are up there.
He sent me an invitation, and I'm gonna tell you right now, from the few that I jumped in, I learned a couple things. You get what I'm saying? So it's very, you could definitely learn.
Well, the goal is to get up there ourselves, monetize, and then scale.
No, for sure.
So
it's going to happen. Up there. It will happen.
There's no denying it's happening. Whether you like it or not, it's happening.
About 2021, about manifestation. I'm manifesting every single thing.
Facts.
That we put out of there.
I'm trying to manifest me a wife.
Making sure you get them.
You see how you change. You see how you change from I don't know if I'm gonna get married to I'm trying to manifest.
Speaking into existence now.
Bro, come on, man. It ain't that I ain't trying to get married. I just don't know, but I know what I want. Like but I don't know what God has for me. So I just walk in it.
Well, you're taking the initiative by just, talking about it first.
Sometimes God give you somebody that is exactly what you don't want, and it works.
She knows who she is. I don't play no games.
I'm going
to stand on it. If I talk about it, I'm going to stand on it.
That's a fact. As you should.
Nah, we ain't doing all that.
You know what's crazy? Because
you can put it out in the air, make it happen.
That's one of the...
Let my brother talk.
Even with me, though, like, I'm saying, like, I want to get married.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I want him to get married.
That's a goal of mine.
Yo, I tell all my boys, like, yo, I'm a firm believer in marriage, bro. Like, you know what I mean? I'm a firm believer in marriage. That's why it's crazy for me not to be married, right? But I'm a firm believer in it. Like, and it's because my grandmother always used to put it into me, and she used to put it into my head in the mindset of marriage is the only way you're going to be able to keep the family together. It's the only way. Like, so it just was different for me.
Well, I mean, yeah,
she's born. My grandma's born like 1926.
Nowadays, it's like,
and you know what? All right, so
rest in peace.
We don't really have honestly in my family. I think we have more funerals than marriages. Like, you know what I mean? I think we came together more for
that's all our families.
That is the truth.
So and that's something that's like, I'm not afraid to talk about it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm dealing with that, and on top of like, first off, personally, I want to throw a wedding. Like, I want to get married. Like, you know what I mean? I've seen the videos, I've seen the clips, I've seen the touching moments. Like, you feel me? And I feel like, I deserve that. If I went through all of the self breakage within myself, and tore myself apart and ripped me out of that, mindset of, looking for new girls, always trying to get numbers, like always like being a womanizer, all these different things. If I put myself out of that, it wasn't for nothing. You know what I mean? Like, now I'm
That's
dealing
real
with
sweet.
a girl who has been married already.
Woman.
Excuse me, a woman who
That's
has
true.
been
Woman,
married
you
already. So, her perspective in marriage isn't the same as mine. You know what I mean? But at one point, do you look back and you say, okay, well, am I being selfish for trying to make something happen that she might not want, or is she being selfish because I'm not giving him a chance because I already had it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
Here's the thing, though. I feel like it has to be a compromise somewhere, because it's unfair for her to feel that way without even, because at the end of the day, she's still holding on to some sort of hurt if she doesn't want to get married. You get what I'm saying? And that's not healthy at all, because at the end of the day, she could marry you and it'd be better than the person that she ever dealt with.
And
you
that's
get what
the
I'm
thing,
saying?
like, you're already way beyond the step, you know what I'm saying, that you was in when you was married.
Yeah.
And you're not even married.
Absolutely.
We're talking 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, marriage is there already.
Yeah.
Whether the paper's there or not.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, especially in a sense where, I have 2 younger daughters as well. I want them to see it. You know what I mean? I want them to look. I want them to experience it and to feel it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So that's why when you speak of marriage, I'm definitely with it. I'm never against it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel it, and my goal was this, and my next goal was that. You know what I'm saying? And between that, I'm still trying to get my business up and running. You know what I'm saying? Poppy CMOS, y'all know the name. Get me on the gram. I'm definitely gonna have some of the best CMOS in Waterbury, Connecticut. I cut my last guy that I was getting the CMOS from off. He didn't want to give me no background.
I'm
on
definitely
the CMOS.
about to be a customer. I'm just letting you know.
For sure.
There.
But bro, listen, and I'm not even trying to jump off the topic, but that me personally, if you know me,
promote yourself, man.
I'm pretty much like, you know what I'm saying, I've always been the type of person, you know what I'm saying, where I wanted to look good physically.
Yes.
But I looked great physically, but I was eating shit and I looked like shit internally. Excuse my language.
Yeah, and that also
saying?
Eating like that messes with your mental.
So now it's crazy that I am not as big as I was. You know what I'm saying? When I was lifting, and I'm still doing what I got to do, you know what I'm saying? But the inside feels better than the outside.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And you're clearer here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
I might need a few tips, you know what I mean? Because I'm starting to work out. So.
Yo, man, like, it's crazy. Like, Ty doesn't need to. Ty wants. He's been hitting me up like, I want to say like every other day, like, yeah, well, when you're ready, let me know. I'll get in.
Bro, like, listen, all I do is cardio. So all I do is like jog. I won't do nothing else, bro. I'll jog around.
But that's the key right there.
Or so. But I
tell people all the time, that is the key.
Yeah.
In life, bro, like a lot, they'll tell you, oh yeah, like, pick up the heaviest thing, whatever the case may be, ruin all your joints. You know what I'm saying? Hurt
break
yourself.
Your bone. You gotta break a bone to heal a bone.
My surgery was, I was 165.
Okay.
Weighed 165, bro, and I was deadlifting 325. For what reason?
Ridiculous. Like,
for what reason?
Like, who are you gonna pick up? Like, you think you're just gonna be out one day and have to pick up like?
See,
Goldberg
I got a cousin like that.
But bro, listen, at that moment, I wasn't smoking. I wasn't smoking. I wasn't drinking, and I'm talking about I wasn't drinking for like more than a year. I wasn't smoking. You know what I'm saying? So I was like ultimate peak.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I was like full grind mode. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no one could stop me from where I was going until that stopped me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's when I realized that wasn't everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was stepping into a whole different lifestyle. Like, I had people wanting me to train them. Shit, like, I'm like, this ain't me.
Nah,
I don't want to train nobody. I'll be honest with you. I help my friends out. Don't get me wrong. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I like the, wow, I had a brain. I'm pretty sure.
Holistic. Oh, holistic.
Okay. I have a more passion and a holistic approach.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Of finding like herbs and oils. And that kind of passion.
I mean, I think you just want to do it from a place where it's like just organic and natural. It's like you're not trying to pump no fake stuff. You're not trying to cheat the system. You're trying to do all the proper steps. You try to do it from the roots, from the way we weren't essentially told.
That's why a lot of times, that's why a lot of times when, guys, they come up to me, they're like, oh, what are you taking? What are you doing? I'm not telling them. And they're just like, oh,
hard work.
They're just like,
hard work. What I'm doing here is called hard work.
Because they think I'm about to be like, oh, yeah. They think I'm about to be like, oh, yeah, you need your protein, your pre-workout, your glutamine creatine.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I'm pretty sure, like, your wife enjoys that you do that. And she did it kind of like trickle over to her?
Okay, so that was also something that was new for me after, there was one brief time, I would say in the past, where I've seen, I started the whole, okay, I'm going to go to the gym with my girl thing.
Okay.
Doesn't work out. First off, I'm going to try it, fellas.
Yeah, I tried that too.
I don't listen, I deal with my wife enough. I don't need to be her personal trainer. That's just not going to work out. And that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying, but
it's crazy because I tried that too.
But, but there was a brief moment I seen her, but up until I want to say like maybe 8 years later now, now over the summer, my girl, she decided to work out. And you know what? She looked at herself. She had a vision. And she made results.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? And shout out to her. I love you, babe. You already know. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up.
She, took that upon herself and took that off her back. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And, now it's the wintertime. So, we tend to get a little more comfortable, enjoy the fireplaces and, more of the sweets and the foods that are
might
not
as well
good for
enjoy
us.
The fruits of your labor.
You know what I'm saying?
You just bought a house.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But, slowly but surely, I see it. It trickles down all the time. It's just like the other day, me and my son, we come back from boxing. We start doing, I'm like, all right, yeah, well, let's just finish up with our push-ups. He's like, oh, all right. So we do 100 push-ups each. She hops on the floor and does 70 push-ups.
Oh, lit.
You know what I'm saying? Like, she does them in sets of 10, but she did that.
That's right.
That's know what I mean? So
I respect that so much.
See, that's very good, because once the family's involved and, everybody's on the same page, it's very healthy for, your household. You know what I'm saying? And that's very dope. And, I'll be honest, I inspired to get to that point.
You ain't doing it wrong.
You get what I'm saying? Because that's
it's
very
crazy.
Dope, man.
And it's dope. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, there's, like, for me, now I'm looking at a bunch of different people who are at a different point now.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, now I'm seeing couples and, I just tend to look at things like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, okay, like, I can't stop now. You know what I'm saying? Like, this can't be it because, like, I don't now it's like, okay, I'm looking at it like this household, we have the household.
Okay.
But now let's bring everything so we can all intertwine in the household. Let's make sure that everybody's spiritually right. Let's make sure that everybody knows where we're all at mentally. Let's make sure that, you know what I'm saying, maybe who knows? Like, you know what I'm saying? Let's get to a point where we're
so not to go into too deep because I wanted to go to something else real quick, but before you, because I was about to go there, but like what I would say is, how hard was it? Like, just a simple version of how hard was it for you to like look at yourself and understand that you had to be, and you too, Quay, like, how hard was it to look at yourself and be like, yo, I'm doing all the wrong things. I need to do X, Y, and Z, or all this is going to shit. Like, it's just not going to work. I don't know if you kind of got to that path on your journey yet.
I'm there. I'm there. And I can tell you mine, but if you want to. All right. So for me, I just kept, with everything, just failing, just seeing myself in the same position, just, seeing a reflection, like looking in the mirror. And like, for me, I look in the mirror and I have backflashes of, of life growing up and seeing, damn, I'm doing exactly what I said I wouldn't do. Damn, I'm doing exactly the same thing that, my mom did, or I'm doing the same thing that, I just looked in the mirror and just said, you know what? One day I just woke up, failed relationship. I didn't feel like, I was being, even though I was in my kid's life and, my kids is going to feel like, I did everything I can. I felt like I could be a better father. Yeah. There were so many things that was occurring in my life. And I kept looking at myself like, damn, why do I keep going through this? Damn, why don't I have nothing? Damn, what the fuck is the problem? Excuse my language. then I realized,
excuse me, who got sent to you?
You know what I mean? I wanted
you
to be.
Said it too.
Because here's the
I
thing.
did because
Because here's the
I
thing.
thought you had a little conversation before that.
Here's the thing, though, because you know what I mean. Especially this type of topic, like I want young men as well, or young women as well, to look at it and be like, you know, this is dope that they could sit here have a full blown discussion without even having to use vulgar language. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I like that.
Them, you know,
I
this
like that.
approach. You know what I'm saying?
We could do that. You want a PG-13?
You
I
could go to Everything 100 podcast and you could get all the cussing you want on that.
Yeah, for real, they be going in.
But yeah, so pretty much like I just kept failing, seeing everything going wrong. You get what I'm saying? And even when, you know, my youngest kid's mother, I would like to make that work. You get what I'm saying? And that's just me being 100% honest. You get what I'm saying? But I haven't been getting it. I haven't been getting it right on my part. You get what I'm saying? And I know there's things that she may have to do on her end, but for me, as I didn't know how to be the person that she should have had.
Yo, but a lot of that's
you get what I'm saying?
That's
so
crazy.
So
that brings me.
I think I finally got that because I think I was just tired. Tired of my own lies. Tired of me. Tired of me. You know, making the excuses, tired of just draining myself mentally, keeping up with this fucking charade of bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
I felt that.
And honestly, life will tell you, oh yeah, go out. You're winning. Make another video, Ronnie. Show them something. You're winning.
Yeah.
You know, just
I'm the hottest in the
I'm the hottest motherfucker out here. You're winning, nigga. But nigga, like, nah,
facts,
for real, bro.
No,
but I had to come to that mindset where it's like, okay,
are you?
You're fucking losing.
You're losing,
and you're losing yourself more.
You're a loser for thinking you're winning. You're actually a loser,
and you're losing yourself more.
Yes,
more.
And it's good that it's good that you caught that because by you catching that, you didn't become another lost nigga.
Exactly.
And there's a lot of them that's out here right now that don't even know how to get out of what they is because they too far deep in it.
And that's when I just had to really, like, you know, stop playing the blaming game, man, and just be like, yo, listen, step your shit the fuck up and start handling your shit. And start being the, you know, person that you want to be. Stop living this life. Stop trying to keep up with this life because guess what? You live a fast life. I'm telling you, it gets faster.
You live a fast life, it gets faster, or it could stop for the rest of your life.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so you know, that the shortest version I can say. I just got tired, man.
Yeah.
So,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I wanted to ask you guys something because Diddy, you had touched on the point earlier and kind of went past me though. But like, what experience did either one of you guys have with someone that you kind of regret that you didn't take full advantage of, or you don't think, not even regret, but you don't think you really took full advantage of?
Appreciating the love I was getting.
Wait, hold on though.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
I want like a specific experience.
Okay.
Like I don't like. I want.
I can give you a recent specific experience.
Like, I got these shits on cat. You talk about? I go through stuff all the time.
Nah, this is real bad.
But go ahead. I want to hear this.
Okay, so you're done asking the full question that you had?
Yeah, I'm done asking the question. And we live. We do live ads. You see this? We do live ads.
Definitely
I just
dope.
had to get
live
my
ads.
guys.
You want some promo live ads?
Yeah, there you go. But I could say, you know, I got so many different ones, to be honest with you, with business, you know, business partners, all that type of stuff. But I'm gonna touch on you know, the biggest thing for me, and I'm gonna say, you know, I've been single for about a year and a half. You know what I'm saying? But me and my kid's mother been, you know, it's been like a back and forth. But you know, I took advantage of a lot of things, you know, that she was, you know, providing me, which she was giving me things that I wasn't even used to getting. You get what I'm saying? Not growing up seeing, so I didn't know how to accept it. I didn't know how to appreciate it. I didn't know how to, you know, say, you know what, this is my woman. I accept it. You know, I think the biggest thing I held on, and I keep it straight honest with y'all. You know, she was cool with a dude, and he was being disrespectful, saying certain things to her that I told her that, you know, no man should ever say to a woman if she in a relationship, if that's really your friend. You get what I'm saying? And she didn't see it that way. We grew up too different. So her view on things was different from the way I view things. So I kind of held on to that, you know, pain that I had towards that because, like, it's like a kind of resentment. And then that stood it away. And then on top of that, I was engaged with her. You get what I'm saying? Wow. I got on that knee. I still got the video and everything. Wow. I got on that knee. You know, I proposed to her in front of her whole family. You get what I'm saying? I spent money on the ring. yeah, I saved for that thing too. But, you know, getting it thrown in my face because we get into, you know, an argument and, you know, to her losing it and then to like eventually us not, you know, being in a relationship. You get what I'm saying?
That's a dangerous, hold on your thought real quick. I just want to make a quick point. That's a dangerous thing because if you're not a healed person or you're not working on healing yourself, you could project that to someone else and be like that. There's no reason to get married.
Absolutely. So it came to a point. So it makes me afraid to even want to, you know, propose in my future. But it's something that I'm working. No. That's a fact.
What was we just talking about? You know, my situation.
That's a fact. So it's me. I have to work on myself. But at the same time, it's like she's a good person. You get what I'm saying? We just see things differently. But if there's a way where we can compromise to be able to accept, you know, some of her views and some of my views, those are the things that we got to work through. But I just feel like I took full advantage of her. You know what I'm saying? She moved from where she was living, which was Windsor, and came to Waterbury. You get what I'm saying? But, you know, at first it was because I was, you know, helping her out, extending the, you know, because she went through something with her mother. So at first it started that way. Then it became, all right, we get in our own place. We started doing things, you know, together. And I took her for granted, to be honest with you. I didn't appreciate, you know.
I'm sorry, I didn't want to cut you off.
Bro.
Yeah, like I didn't appreciate, you know, I didn't appreciate her, and for that, it has to do with things that happened in my past.
Because of the headphones. He's saying that because of the headphones. Nah, go ahead. I got you.
Because in my past, you know, not being able to see those things, not being able to see my mom do certain things. So I didn't realize that, you know, I was this specific way until I actually sat down and self-reflect when I had nothing. You get what I'm saying? You know, I lost everything at one point. My job. I had bills I didn't know how I was going to pay. You get what I'm saying? I was in a position where I was going up, lost everything. My credit was fucked up. You get what I'm saying? Like, I just completely lost everything. You know, trying to build, you know, this idea of a man is supposed to provide, a man is supposed to do all of these things. And all I did was dig myself a hole trying to be a man that I pictured I was supposed to be. So instead of giving the attention and the love that I should have given, I focused all of that in materialistic things. So I ruined it. You get what I'm saying? By not saying, you know what, waking up in the morning telling her, you know what, I love you. Have a great day. You know, doing the small things.
Facts.
You get what I'm saying? So I regret that I didn't take full advantage of the love that we actually had. That's the regret I have. Because at the end of the day, even though I know I could be strong and I'm going to become stronger, there's still a part of me that could be even greater. And without that woman, I won't be as great as I know I can be.
I feel like I got the same thing going on, but I think I'm gonna take it somewhere else. Go ahead.
That's what I wanted to take it there. There was other things I could talk about.
It was just like as we get ready to, you know, close down in a few, but like what experience did you have with someone that you kind of regret that you didn't take full advantage of?
Damn, this is deep.
That's a long pause, dog. Yo, and
you know it's all right. Well,
it's crazy.
My kid. I mean, I have a son. Like, you know what I mean. But,
how many kids you got?
Well, I have 3 kids. I've raised 2 of them. I mean, I have 3. I've raised 2 of them. 1 is actually mine.
Okay, so you got 3.
But you know what I mean. They're mine.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. But
absolutely.
But you know, obviously, relationships prior to that. You know what I'm saying? I almost had a kid.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And
well, you where I am. I got 2 daughters and a son, but technically I got 3.
She had an abortion.
Daughters and a son.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that right there, knowing that, I don't know, it don't sit right with me.
Yeah.
I think it's a big regret of mine.
Okay.
Now I don't gotta go too crazy into it, and I'm not gonna say no names. You know what I'm saying, but you know that shit is one of the things that I think the most that, you know, I didn't see this life that I'm living now then. So, you know, I ran away from it.
Yeah, that's...
And I think that's like my biggest regret with somebody in my past that I didn't take advantage of.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what? This is why this is like really my brother, like really soul tied on some crazy weird, like we connect differently, right? Because like when you said it about the relationship, like, I'm like, well, I got a story there. But then I'm like, but, you know, I think which one kind of really affected me the most was knowing, bro, listen, like, I don't even know if he know this right now. You feel me? Like, and he's been there forever. Like, but was the same thing. Like, I got a girl pregnant, a girl I was with for a very long time that I loved dearly.
Okay.
And it was so crazy because I didn't know until last year, right? And that's why I said I didn't remember.
Okay.
Like, let me talk about this real quick, bro, because I didn't remember that this girl had an abortion. So what happened was, right?
Shit.
And this was, you know, it was probably what, like when I was with her, like 12 years ago. I don't know. It was a minute ago, right? Mm-hmm. So like, well, not 12 years ago, but like 2012, 11, something around there, 11, 10. You know what I mean? It's around there. So probably about 10 years old. 11. But yo, so what happened is, right, like, and my sister-in-law reminded me, bro, like, we're in the car. You know, I'm going to tell the story first and then go back to it. But so we're in Atlanta in July, 4th of July weekend, when they was at Stone Mountain marching, when the NFAC was out there, we was in Atlanta, right? And we're coming from Walmart and we're talking in the car or whatever. And I don't know how we got on the topic. It was me, my sister-in-law, my homegirl D, and my brother. And we're sitting in the car and we're talking, well, going to the crib, we're talking. And I don't know how we got on the topic of abortions. I'm like, yo, I'm glad I never had that. Like, I literally said this. I was like, yo, I'm glad I never had, had to have a girl get pregnant and have abortion. And my sister-in-law said, are you kidding me? And I said, what the hell are you talking? Like, what you talking about? She's like, are you kidding me? She's like, Tyler, are you serious? I'm like, Sheena, what are you talking about? Like, I do not remember that. Like, bro, I literally, for the longest time, bro, and she made me cry. Like, I literally cried for like an hour straight because, like, when she told me who, you know what I mean? She was like, bruh, you don't remember it? Then it clicked to me because what happened was when that moment happened, bro, I didn't even go with her to the place. Like, our brother went and picked her up. DJ.
Wow.
Went and picked her up. I didn't even go get her, bro.
Wow.
I didn't even go get her. Wow. So imagine how the fuck she feels. Like, so, right, like, but what happened, right, is like, and I think they call it, it's partly like post-traumatic hood disorder. Like, because what happened was, like, I was conditioned to, like, really just try and run away from the pain. Run away from the hurt, bro. So for the longest time, for years, bro, for years after years after years after years after years, I was lying to my fucking self, telling myself that I never got a girl pregnant, knowing damn well I had this girl pregnant. Bruh, like, we didn't have that child. And me, like, knowing the connection I still have and, like, knowing how I genuinely feel for that girl and knowing how she genuinely feel for me, bruh, like, it's fucked up because, like, I know, like, regardless if she was married right now and we had a child, it would be good, bruh. Because we're just that tight, bro. So that shit, that's a strong. And it hurts me so bad, bro, because not until last year, like, you know, when it first happened, I don't know. Did you ever hear that before?
Nah, bro. It's my first time hearing it. But it's like, but it's not like, you know, surprising to me. You know what I mean? Like, you guys spent a long part of your life together. Yeah. I said that to I said that last night to my girl. I said, I'm 31 years old. You spent a quarter of my life with me.
Yeah. Yeah.
31 years old. You've been here for 10 years. Mm. You seen me.
Yeah, absolutely.
From my worst,
absolutely.
And I'm not even going to say to my best, but to my better self. Still fighting a great fight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's beautiful because I do believe that kid would have been in a very good spot with you too. And it's crazy because in my position when I brought that up, I wasn't sure of that. But the only reason I said that is because if I was man enough to give her a kid, then I should have been man enough to give her a chance.
Facts, bro.
You know what I mean?
Bro, that was my whole.
So
I wasn't able to.
That's pretty much what I'm saying too.
We're all saying that as men understanding the healing process and going through it. We are saying that, and we're understanding we fucked up.
Yes,
and that's why we got to tell our viewers, especially the young men, for sure, man. When you guys are out there and you want to play the streets, man, if you guys do not want. Because I'm telling you right now, they don't teach you this shit in school, man.
Not at all.
When you are in there and you're having intercourse with another person, whatever she has, you take with you. You don't know that. They don't tell you that, but you take that shit with you.
Spirits,
energy, it's all there. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. And if you're going to be doing this, man, I know some people probably listening like, man, we ain't even trying to hear none of that. Well, at least strap up. I'm gonna tell you how they told me.
This ain't for them. This ain't for them. This is for the people who actually want, want better.
Like you gotta. We gotta come to a point, man, where you know what I'm saying, like that whole chasing chicks down, man, trying to dig any girl you see out, man, trying to just like womanize, like and it's sad, you know what I'm saying, because I know when I started, you know what I'm saying. I know
when you started doing it.
I know when I did,
and I was very young.
I know when I did.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and you know what's crazy is I won't say all kids because for some strange reason, we have been blessed with a lot of majority of younger men who are actually taking a different approach.
Yes,
I don't know if a lot of people see that now. We have young men who are better than us, older men.
Oh yeah,
facts.
Yeah,
and a lot of respect. You know what I mean? And, I'm grateful to be able to see that. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And to put that energy out there for them to receive that.
And it's a lot of young minority men, I'm going to say that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And what I can say is you're absolutely right, because I had older people tell me, it's dope the way you think, like the way your head is, how you're moving. And then I look at younger people and I say the same thing that an older person said to me. So to see the generations getting better over time is what we need, and it's what we needed.
I call it the Elon Musk effect. This is what I personally call it, right? Because because Elon thinks in like literally centuries. Like he doesn't in decades. Like his days, like our days is his decades.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? The way he's thinking and the way he's trying to, like quantize, I guess, like all this data and all this like massive amount of technology that's endless, bro. The world is endless. Like if you know the story of Tesla, that energy it's here. It's for us. It's here. Yeah. This is why he produced those vehicles the way he do. Like that's a whole nother thing we should probably really kind of get into one day, because it's crazy.
He's iffy for me.
You don't like Elon?
I mean?
Why you don't like him?
He brings us. First off, you know what I mean? I take everything with a grain of salt. So if I tell you that I got, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just have that defense mechanism. So if there is somebody there that is doing something, I do like what he does, but there's something there.
Okay.
That I just, you know what I mean? It's just something doesn't sit right with me, because I don't think that technology should be interfere with man. And that's what we're coming to.
So, no, because.
Internally, I mean.
But this is, hold on real quick. Because what I think the main thing to understand about him is how he's thinking about the world evolving, right? He's flying cars. He doesn't see cars on the road in 10 years.
To me, that's kind of dangerous.
No. Hold on. I think he experiences things, and I heard him speak about this from like universes, like. You know what I mean? I think he probably did some DMT and really some crazy stuff and really went down there to really get to that place. But he just sees everything like way past what we could see it. So, it's hard to kind of get him in this realm when we're in this moment in this 3D world right now. Like it's hard to get him. Like he's in like 7D.
I mean, Joe Rogan.
Like, I think that
Joe Rogan's different, bro. He does DMT too.
I kind of think that. Yeah, I kind of think that Elon Musk, like, you know what I'm saying, as we were saying before, like, the more we create as far as technology goes, the more we have to adapt to the technology. And that's where the harm comes in.
Yes.
Well, the technology is adapting to us.
No,
it's not.
When it first started,
the technology
when it first started.
What is artificial intelligence?
But now we have to adapt to that.
What is artificial intelligence?
Yeah, okay, and I get it, but this is only the beginning of it. The more we'll have to create more. We'll keep going higher than 5G, 6G, 7G. They're already planning for all these things.
Yep.
Okay, and with radiation and all these things that are happening, bro, we're gonna have to need something within us to counter that those kind of like effects that come from that. Mm-hmm. It's no longer gonna just be us being able to be ourselves, and
we're gonna have to wear like some type of shield or something.
Either that, or they'll tell you, here,
that's not a life.
Attach this to your body.
Here goes this vaccine.
Attach this to your body, and your body will counter that kind of side effect,
like some Elysium type deal.
I look at it like that because do we? First off, everything is technology in our house. From the phones, the watches, the TVs. The amount of waves that are in our houses, like I'm saying, from radiation alone, bro. Like I'm saying, top of people eating out of microwaves. I don't know why they do that. I don't know why people eat out of microwaves.
So serious.
I'm guilty. I'm guilty.
I
warm up something real quick.
But you know what I mean? Like that.
I don't warm up meat, but yeah.
That right there. Like, it's just like I said, like, it might have started off us started off as the technology adapting to us, but there will soon be where the tables turn and we will have to adapt the technology.
Oh yeah. Well, that's because what artificial intelligence is. It's learning us so that it can replace us, right? It's learning us so that it can make, it's supposed to, they say that it's supposed to make our job simple and easy.
At any risk though, to the point where you don't need us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we're talking about, you can go to Walmart right now. You might see, I'm not going to say 2 or 3. I'm going to say 1 or 2 lines open where you can actually go talk to somebody. Hey, how was your experience in Walmart? Yeah, it's going to come out to $47.56. But then you're going to see 7 registers, 7 to 8 registers that are all self-checkout.
Yeah, and it's not changing. It's not, it's not COVID-19 happened, so they're downsizing and they're going to go back to the old way. If you haven't noticed, even drive-thrus and stuff like that, they literally are phasing out the inside. Like McDonald's, what you're about to see with McDonald's is going to be a transformational change, right? Mm-hmm. It's disgusting. It's absolutely. But what you're about to see with it is that the play places are no longer there, right?
Oh, yeah, they're gone.
The inside of the location is getting gutted out.
Oh, yeah, you go in there, you touching the tablet now, ordering all of that.
Yeah. Everything
there's literally, because,
5 seats. That's it.
Yeah,
and this is why.
That's a fact.
And this is why kids don't know how to talk to people. This is why kids don't know how to meet and greet. This is why even young adults.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like
even grown people.
I'm not even. Yeah,
there's
for
some
sure.
grown
like,
people that still can't communicate.
I got one of my cousins, and I'm not going to say no names. You know what I'm saying? But he came back from college. He got picked up from college. He wanted his dad to pick his girlfriend up before they went home, so he can spend time with her. And he texted him while he was driving him in the car home.
Wow.
So when he got home, he picked up his phone and seen the text message, and he said, "Why didn't you just tell me that?"
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like this is what we're facing, because technology, whether you like it or not, this is what will cause the love to be lost.
Yes.
As I would say.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? We will lose interest in conversation. How many fucking people do you actually talk to on this thing?
Yeah.
Or how many conversations do you have texting?
Dude,
you got how many conversations texting? Who do you really talk to? I talk to my wife. People try to text me, and I FaceTime them on purpose.
Yeah.
Hello.
That is true, because you see it a lot. Like you see people on social media, even women. Oh, how could you slide in the DMs, but when I seen you in public, you had nothing to say?
Exactly.
Technology
is taking
little
dudes got no game.
I did that.
Look how many we all did it.
Yo, but listen, no,
we are victim to the lifestyle and the bullshit that is being put in front of us.
No, I did it recently.
But I'm gonna tell you this right here. We're truly like probably the last generation to know what it's like to not have technology growing up, though. Because when I was a kid, I was outside. When I was a kid, I was doing all these things. So being able to have those
that's
tools,
weird, isn't it?
Being able to have those tools,
how we were here before it and then seen it come.
We're
so weird.
We're the only generation that's seen both. We seen the development of it from the ground up. In 2001 is when it really kicked off.
Yeah.
So that's when it opened up. So, and then you had like Facebook come in around like 2004, 2003.
And I was late with Facebook.
I was early. I was on Facebook when you had to have a .edu. You had to have a college ID to register on Facebook.
I was still on Facebook MySpace when all that was going on.
Bro, you know I'm always ahead on
and
the
it's
apps.
so crazy. Yo, think about how intelligent you were when the computer first came out. You knew how to make your MySpace look incredible.
Crazy. GIFs, you know coding. We didn't even know that we were using coding. We doing the colons, IMG source and stuff like that.
How did we know that we were going to different websites?
We were doing coding on MySpace,
bro. It's
and we
insane.
weren't taught that in school, but we're doing coding on MySpace. If you think about it, like, and you know, in other areas, and I won't get too deep because I want to wrap this up. It's been a great freaking episode.
Absolutely.
But you know, in other areas they have training and they're taught these different things like coding so young. Bro, we were on MySpace, like you said, we're on MySpace coding, making these pages. This is the same type of level of work that a Google and a YouTube is hiring every single day to do. These are the people that keep every app that you're on every single day moving.
Before I let you finish, I just want to revert back. Like, there's this movie Michael B. Jordan is. I don't know if you guys seen Fahrenheit.
Oh, I heard of it.
No, that movie, like, it's crazy because it's like something where we're going to. Like, we just talked about how we're like the last generation. They're taking books, they're taking all the, history, and throwing that all out. And all you have is electronics. They're burning it. They're burning you because you are trying to keep this alive and trying to show other people there's more than just this. And I feel like we're moving away from, all of the authentic enjoyment of life and going to
fire. Of course. You know what I mean? It's not like it's physically going to be burned, but, we're moving past it to the point where it's forgotten.
So it just makes me like feel like, when you talk about like AIs and stuff like that, like I just feel like it's no good, man.
I'm not comfortable with it.
It's no good.
I'll be the first one to tell you
because at the end of the day, it's like, it all seems great. It all seems futuristic. But what happens when you can't control what?
But isn't that what
Stephen Hawking wasn't a fan of it too, but he also understood it. You can't deny it. Like
you can't deny it. I mean, but you can't. We can't deny it because we're not in a place to deny it. Let's put it that way. Because if I have power, I can deny anything I want.
You have the power to deny anything.
I have the power to deny. Okay,
you could deny artificial intelligence.
You could
live off. Hold on, real quick. You could live off the grid, right? You could live off the grid. You could not choose to have a cell phone. You could live that life.
You could
change your identity.
You could, but how hard would life be for you now?
I mean, living off the grid.
Just imagine working without a cell phone. Just imagine living. You know what I'm saying?
You're not going to be doing none of that. Living off the grid, you're not working.
No. Well, I'm saying no.
That's true.
But okay. But my thing is, okay. So the only way to go against the life that they're trying to propose to us is just basically not having one.
I like the way you put that because if you really think about it, it's true. Think about social media. Think about all of these things that these kids.
You're talking about not working. You're talking about not doing any of these things. Then what are you doing?
So if you just lived in the country, you're just saying like that's
you can't really live without. How are you going to pay for anything?
If you don't got no job. We own the land. We got the food. We got the cows. We milking the cows.
What happened when that land get taken from you?
It ain't get taken.
No, see that's
so you going back in the day where you actually.
No, I'm talking right now.
So now
I'm talking right now. If I go on my land right now, I'm dying for it.
No, yeah, of course. But my thing is, okay, so what? You own land. You got a full blown business. You own land, and you mean to tell me there's no kind of electronics on it, no kind of technology?
On my land, no. Business, yeah.
I mean, your land is your business.
No, it's not.
It is.
It's just something I have. It ain't.
It is your business.
I mean, technically,
how are you going to make money? You can't just listen.
Bro, it ain't
you need money.
That's not.
Bro, listen. That's not necessary because you have a house that doesn't generate you income because you live in your house and that's your property. But so his land is his land. So he don't. You can't
tell me that there are people in third world countries that could survive with no electricity, nothing.
They are.
I mean, so why couldn't I?
But because that's the environment that they're in.
Exactly. You're not in that environment.
So you guys trying to say I can't be a survivor?
I'm not saying you can't do anything because you could do anything you put your mind to.
I'm saying to live.
No, that's a light skin syndrome.
No. All I'm saying.
You see, here go a Darcy. I'm making it about light skin and Darcy.
All I'm saying is to live that way that you are a bum on the street.
No,
point blank period.
No,
unless you came across or is passed down a certain amount of money where you're able to maintain that under the grid lifestyle for the rest of your life to make those things happen.
It takes
to do that
money.
in the United States,
it takes discipline.
It takes money. Nah,
it takes a lot of fucking money.
It takes money to live off the grid. It definitely does take money to live off the grid. I understand.
And discipline. Because I'm telling you right now, you're gonna have withdrawals.
But I'll be honest with you, like if I'm trying to live off the grid,
I don't think that's the hard part.
Like if I'm trying to live off the grid, I can give two fucks about anything that's going on.
It's the I think like JR said, it's the financial. It's
getting to where you can actually be comfortable living.
Yeah, you gotta have the stockpile.
It's easy to say that until you're in it. So it's
I've
easy.
been in some situations like shit. Boxes on running through the woods. Not that I was supposed to, but like.
I tell you what, I
mean? So I done been through some.
See, this is making me think about stories that I got that I don't need to talk about right now.
But yeah, nah, for real. But this is just.
I would say like right now though, like the way society is and everything is right now.
Yeah.
If I came across enough money right now to plant myself in a position to get the fuck off the grid, me and my family to live comfortable for the rest of our remaining days, you better be damn right. But then at the end of the day, will I be fulfilling my purpose?
You're right.
Maybe that is your purpose.
My fucking purpose is definitely not to sit under a rock while they try.
You're not gonna create.
I'll tell you that. I'm here to stand in the front.
Yeah, nah, you're definitely on that. But but you have to find.
You see my post I put up on Instagram the other day?
No.
Yeah, let me just.
But you have to like find your peace, like you know what I mean, because like being in that place of just off the grid, like that's a whole different type of living, bro.
This is what I said. I said 2020, I stood in front of my city. 2021, I'm ready to step up to the world. That's
hard.
That's a part of it.
That's
powerful,
hard.
Man.
You feel me? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, listen. Here's the start.
Yo, listen, for real. And this is the thing, though. It's just like, honestly, pretty much it's just like, yo, we can be at peace. We can find our own peace. But when we get to that moment that we're really at that place where it's like, okay, there's nothing else I have to worry about, then you step up because, bro, you're to a point where whether you go or not, the next place after this, it's already in your mind. Bro, listen, you're ready to go when you have made peace with yourself here.
Facts.
So you cannot say you're ready to die until you've honestly made peace with yourself
in this round,
and you're willing to put yourself in front of a position to die for.
But that's growth. Because life can make you feel like you're ready to die at any moment, depending on your situation.
I'm not gonna lie to you. That moment from like that picture he just showed, like that moment was real. Like we had the snipers on us that day, all types of stuff.
Oh, yeah,
like, it was
you know what I mean. It was,
that's why I said,
bro. In
when
front
you
of
got
thousands of people, and like you got snipers on you, bro. You got drones flying above you. Like, bro, that day was different, bro.
It's crazy when somebody say, like, when you're ready to fight, like, okay, like, these dudes, I'm going to come fight with you. They might have a gun. I'm going to stand right beside you. You know what I'm saying? That's one of them moments for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but this wasn't no gang war. This wasn't like, I'm talking about.
I mean, that's how they looked at it.
I'm talking about like, okay, well, my brother's going to stand up there in front of, close to maybe 1,000 or more people. Guess what? If he's going to take a shot, then I guess, you know what? I knew it was real when he was up there. He looked at me and my girl said, go up there. There was nothing else to say. If he looked at me that way and I looked back at her and she looked at me that way, I knew that was for me to say. That was for me to do. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people who might have had a certain type of popularity or had a lot of attention on them. And bro, they brought a lot of negativity to these kids who came up when they was looking for them for guidance.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At that moment, and I got goosebumps right now.
Yeah.
At that moment, I was happy to have this guy next to me.
Mm-hmm.
And I was happy to have him put me in the position that I was in.
Yeah.
Because those words were not written that was said up there that day.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Those were all from the heart. And a part, and there's a, and I don't want to, waste no more time, or there's a part of your life where you have to just turn your mind off and just feel what you need to say instead of stop thinking of what to say.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that was...
And with that being said, I feel exactly what he just said is what we do here, sitting here. Yeah, it's not about us thinking about the next thing we say. It's not about... It's actually coming from the heart.
It's just like, yo, we're going to talk. You might, like you said, you might be like, yo, this is all over the place. But guess what? We just talking through this shit.
Yeah, that's a fact.
And we're going to do it every single time, regardless if we up here or not. It's my friends and me. Goya, cut the check. Goya, cut the check. My friends and me, man, this been so dope, man. Before I go out of here, though, I do want to say one thing, and I'm kind of like, we just going to throw this out here, and then we might just snip it. But, like, I read something that I just kind of want to throw out here and get your guys' opinion. And it reads, women crave a feeling, men crave freedom.
You're going to have to help me with this. Because...
So, I want, like, just thoughts, right? But I'll say this, right? Like, we want freedom. Like, a lot of the stuff we talked about here, this is real. It's like, it's really real when you kind of, like, peel it back, in my opinion, right? Like, we really do want freedom. Like, we want to be able to be restricted from chains and provide for our family. We want to be able to I guess, be the boss, or not be the boss, but how can I say this? Be the lead for our family. Be the lead for our movement, our team. Like, just as men, that's just how we're like, set up, right? But like, the women essentially, and this is because they're so intuitive. It's because they're better than us. The reason why they're like that. I don't like to give them that much credit, but I give it to them because it's real shit.
They really tapped into their emotions.
Yeah, well, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah. So, like, but it's a different type of thing. And I started reading a weird book, The Red Moon, but it's crazy, right? It's female stuff, but like, it's like to really understand, bro. Because my thing about this whole thing is, right, with like even having that type of dialogue, like, I'm trying to understand my counterparts, the other species, the women, like, on a high level. You know what I mean? As much as I'm trying to, and working on myself, as much as I'm working on the other one, because like I've always been in a weird situation, and this me identifying the things that play a role against me or traumas and things like that. I always felt like I needed someone. I always felt like I wasn't going to get what I wanted or get what I was seeing. But I wasn't understanding, like, all of that is in here, right? Like, all of that wasn't in here. It was in here, but what's in here that's stopping me from getting to that level of understanding? Okay. And it really was like I was constrained. I wasn't being free. Like, I wasn't being free with my thoughts. I wasn't being, like, how could I put this? Like, I'm kind of reserved on what I'm saying to, if not you, but to a woman, because I just met her and I don't know how she's gonna kind of like respond to it. You feel me?
Okay.
Not being from a place of just being not from being a place of just being mindful of how I'm saying it.
Okay,
it's like just a order out complete approach. But yeah, like that's.
So say it again.
Women crave a feeling, men crave freedom. How do you feel about that?
I'll let you take that one.
I mean, when you started breaking down, the restraints and stuff, like with the relation, like, first dealing with a woman and stuff like that. Like we hold ourselves back, and I think I just feel like that's bad.
But how do you feel about, like, do you feel like we crave freedom? Like, we want, I genuinely feel like men crave freedom. Like, we really want freedom.
I'm going to be honest.
In relationships.
What I crave now compared to what I used to crave freedom. I used to crave that shit so bad. But now that I realize that I have the freedom, starting here.
Yeah.
I crave feeling as well because I need to feel that woman. I need to feel, that love. I need to feel, these emotions so that way I'm able to give and be better to that person.
Facts, bro.
You get what I'm saying?
No,
so
I
need that.
completely. I was just trying to get
I can honestly say, you asked me this like 2 years ago, I'd have said, hell yeah. But you're asking me that today. Yeah. So me listening to this now and hearing this now, I really used to feel I needed freedom. But having and feeling that freedom only caused chaos within what I had going on.
And that was kind of like why, like I said, I read it, but I believe it. Though.
Okay,
like,
so
I believe that most men crave freedom.
So
like,
I'll say this
even
to
myself, like to a certain extent, like I definitely feel like we do crave that. I don't think it's like an independence type freedom, but it's more
before
like
you get into it. Yeah. Now that you have the freedom. What do you crave now? The feeling to have that woman that you said earlier.
Yeah. I didn't say I didn't.
No. I'm not saying. So
let's look at it.
I don't see. Listen, this is what I tried to do. If y'all didn't peep it, I was trying to get the questions to you guys. I wasn't trying to answer.
I'm a revert.
Let's look at it from a different standpoint. Then, let's look at it from a different standpoint. Then, so let's look at it from a woman's perspective. Can she really feel if the man ain't free in the relationship?
See, this is a question.
And this is my issue because first off, as men, from the moment we're born to even as adults, we're truly locked down.
Yeah.
And I want to say that because we were already learned, or should I say we learned, how it was to be locked down because we were locked down by our parents. You know what I'm saying? Then in the vicious cycle of life that we were brought up into and everything, we were still mentally locked down because our whole lifestyle, we were told that to be a man, this is how you got to do. This is how you got to do it.
The question.
Okay?
Yes.
This is how you got to do
it.
Now, you get to a point where, okay, now I'm older now. You know what I'm saying? My 20s are gone. I just hit 30. All of a sudden, I'm coming to this place in my mind where it says, okay, this isn't life, but I need to find the answer. I put myself in a position to try to keep up with all these different things that, TV, music videos, all these different things that they told me, this is how you should be free. But it was all bullshit.
Yes.
Now I'm in a relationship and I am free. You know what I'm saying? All this time I was free.
Real?
All this time all this time I was free.
Look at
and I kept my own self locked down within.
Yes.
Because of how life told me what life considered was free. So you locked your own fucking self down and then you took it out on the girl that just wanted to feel you. Now, here's the issue.
Yo, amen, bro.
So now you finally put yourself in a position where now she's opening up to you and she feels like, okay, yeah, I feel like something's telling me that he is different. And I could show more emotion. I could feel him now. I could get, a glimpse of this lifestyle that I wanted to live. But now the guard is up. Because what happened? You hurt her. Okay? Now, trust plays a part. Because you damaged her. Now, the only issue is whether she wants to feel you or not now.
Was you there my entire relationship?
But no, this is and it's funny because like it's a good sparker. Like that question right there, right?
Yes.
Like and I just rambled on a version, but like that is literally that's the question, but like not the question, that's the statement.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
That's the statement and that statement it sparks good conversation.
Yeah.
I mean, it's when you hear something like that, first off, every time I hear something like that, I flip it around. You know what I'm saying? So when you said that, like my first thought process was like, all right, well, to answer that question, I don't want to be the dickhead that answers the question with the question. But
that's true. That's true.
Sometimes that's the answer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're coming from a healed place. So it's like resorting it from your place to how is the woman experiencing this, not as us sitting here how do we experience or how we think they're experiencing it, but you're really trying to put yourself in the woman's shoes or in the woman's path and be like, okay, like, how are they experiencing it? And like, for me, yo, it was like one of the hardest things, I guess, to come to light and to be able to understand I have to do, especially being single and, you know, dating, things like that, like just trying to understand, you know, who's right for me and stuff. So it's been a doozy trying to navigate that path, but a lot of these things that we go through and we experience have been like opening it up for me because I've been able to just see things from a different light. Like, you know, like I said, take it off of myself and see how she's receiving it. So like, even if like, you know, I'm texting this girl or, you know, I'm hit her up because I want to see her or whatever, like, but I'm looking at it from like, how is she going to receive this? How is she receiving this? And like, bro, you have to do that if you're trying to heal yourself.
Absolutely.
Because if not, you're just going to constantly always just project what's coming up out of you.
Absolutely.
You're not taking the time to really
That's
look
why
at
That's why I like to say, if you're in a relationship and you're trying to heal yourself, you have to make sure your significant other believes you're healing.
That's true.
And I don't mean believe it by you talking.
They have to see that.
They have to believe it, see it, and live within your healing.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because words are just not it no more.
Absolutely.
If your actions don't match up for the way you talk, then you will be exposed.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, these are the reasons why. And it's crazy because when you are kind of like in that moment where you are trying to heal, you know, you don't speak upon something unless you healed it from there already. Did you ever notice that? Like, I can't touch topics on. Sometimes it's harder for me to touch topics on something that I'm still having trouble with
because you come off a little,
and because it still hits me. It still hurts me. You know what I mean? It still hurts me. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the things, you know, about being able to be a man and feel now.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? That you're not scared of your emotions no more.
No.
Yeah.
No.
And that's where I'm trying to get to. You get what I'm saying? I'm actually, you know, I'm you know what I mean? Like, what question for, you know, if any one of y'all want to answer it, pretty much based on this, like, for myself, like, what happens when, you know, you are showing the same actions as you are verbally, and that woman notices it, but you hurt that person so hard or so bad that they can't even fucking give you that, you know what I mean? That like, damn, I see the growth in you, or damn, I see it. They just hold on to the pain instead of saying, you know what, you are different, you are changed, you are doing things better, you are speaking better, your communication's better, you know, you're actually showing me what I've been wanting.
But
what do you do in those situations? Like, do you blame her?
No, you got to suck it up, because at the end of the day, if you didn't, timing, I guess it's of an essence, but it's also divine timing, right? So like, you guys could be meant for each other, but it might not be the right time. And maybe you were forcing it. That's why a lot of these things came up. Like, bro, like, I'm so super intuitive about that right now. Like, I had to be cautious with myself, right? Because like, I see marriage and I see certain things, like, and he knows like who I really connect with. And like, I find myself sometimes like how I approach her and how I talk to her. It's like, yo, you gotta be easy, bro, because like, I can't just like he says, bro, she has to, like, bro, we all doing healing. Like, and if it's someone that I see myself with, she has to know and feel and believe and walk in that healing with me. Like, she has to know, like, bro, he really did fucking work. He know, like, you know what I mean? She has to know that. And she don't know me from a can of paint. Yeah. You know what I mean? I known her 7 months. Like, so we just, it's crazy, bro.
This is a dope topic.
This is dope, man.
I would say also, though, like, you know what I'm saying? Just make sure, just because you don't see that change, or you're not getting that acknowledgement from her, I should say, in your change. Yeah. You know, just make sure that doesn't, you know, stop you from your growth. Correct. Because you know,
it's all internal, bro. Yeah. It's all internal. It's always going to resort back to you. Yeah. Regardless of what we sit here and talk about. It's always going to resort back to you.
And that's my approach. Like, I'm changing for me, but you get what I'm saying? Like, and I had to learn that. And some people change for the person instead of themselves, and they never get it right.
Some people never see change until they change themselves. Then they say, wow, the whole time you were doing this.
Man.
But yeah, man.
This been great, man. This has been episode 1 of My Friends and Me. I want to thank everyone for tuning in for us. You know, we're going to drop some links below where you you could check us out on all the platforms. Today is, I won't say the date, but today is crazy. They stormed the freaking Capitol.
Yeah, I mean,
well, so we know the date.
So I can't wait till we get into these.
It might not be the only time they do it.
I can't wait till we get into these conversations. You know,
but we're gonna get into those, man. And like the main purpose of this first episode was just to kind of give you like, you know, the type of conversations you'll hear here,
the vulnerability for sure,
the vulnerability, and especially like human. Like even that shit like with the child, bro, like it like I can't even. I gotta go home.
The fact that you was able, listen, you broke that down, man. I got something that I want to, you know, give to the people when I'm, you know what I mean. I feel like I'm ready and healed enough to be like, you know what, they deserve it. So that took a lot, and
you know what's so crazy is like I literally did it in the moment, like, and now I gotta kind of like. I mean, like, I talked to her about it, but I feel like even, like, just hearing it again, like, bruh, listen, when I say I forgot this shit, I forgot it. So, like, just hearing it again.
When I looked in both of your eyes, I realized that this is crazy. These dudes was really about to drop a tear on camera.
No, for real.
And it was crazy.
But you know what's crazy? I almost let it go, it was there. It's still there.
To see that, I'm younger than y'all. You get what I'm saying? I'm 28. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So, I'll be 29 in March. Me being able to see two men be, like, sit there and actually connect in a way that, you know what I mean, that I've never connected with another person, a man-to-man conversation. Right. It lets me know that it's okay to not only be vulnerable to your woman, but to be vulnerable to your brother.
You have to be.
You get what I'm saying? So that is dope, man.
Like, and like real quick, but right before we wrap it up, but like, the crazy part about it is really, bro, is like I knew, like I didn't know if he knew, like, but. He really didn't know, and you gotta understand, like, he was there every day with us. He was there every single day with us. So for her to go through this, like, and for me to treat it how I treated it at that moment, bro, I pray every day for that. Like,
are y'all able to communicate?
Oh yeah, bro.
She's a strong woman, man. She's
crazy.
And she's in a happy relationship right now, and I want nothing but the best for her, bro.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Yes. Nothing but the best. She gonna get that shit though.
And that's a beautiful thing. Like, you know, in my situation, obviously, I'm gone, moved on. You know, I'm in a happy relationship myself. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going back to rekindle those flames. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm past that. I'm happy. Like, you know, but, you know, I can't, like I said, I can't act like, you know, those kind of things aren't the things that aren't still, you know what I'm saying? Like, resonating within myself. You know what I'm saying? And those are still things that you have to heal through. So
it's not even with with me, it's with like partly with the person, partly about the child part. But I think with you, it's just more about like the actual child.
But hey, man, I'm not leaving this on a negative note. Man. We about to, you know, we'll be back with you guys soon, man. We're just happy that you guys tuned in, tapped in with us here, man. You know, we got a new brother with us, you know what I'm saying, man? He's bringing all this beautiful equipment, man, blessing us. Man. Definitely was a blessing, man.
Quay's part of the team now. Quay's part of the team. He don't know, we're going to come up with a bunch of different brands and a bunch of different businesses.
We got to definitely.
If you know us, like, individually and see us all here together, you know we up to some shit. You know, so that's a fact. So if you know us individually and you sitting at us looking here right now, you know we on to some shit.
Absolutely.
Man. We out of here, man. My friends and me, man.
I'm Quay Mook. I'm Quay Mook, man. I'm out.
That's it, man. You already know what time it is. Let's go.